armed police presence often escalates rather than reduces the risk of violence in a situation. Because police have been trained to see people of color, gender nonconforming folks, and Muslims as criminals, they often treat victims as perpetrators of violence. So if the victim hasn't asked you to call the police, do not, I repeat, do not call the police. The culture of white supremacy and anti-blackness is perpetuated by our media, political systems, and social media. You can contribute to making these attitudes unacceptable by challenging white supremacy even when you're not in a crisis. If you're white yourself, talk to your white family and friends about anti-blackness and white supremacy. Do it every day, especially when you're in an all-white space. By doing this, you confront the culture without putting anyone else in danger of an immediate backlash. Now is the time for all of us who believe in justice to come together. It doesn't have to look one way. You can canvass, you can phone bank, you can write letters, or you can even create art for the movement. Taking it to the streets is always nice. But if you don't have time for that, you could always support the marginalized populations who are on the front lines of this work financially. White supremacy and anti-blackness affects all of us, and fighting against it affirms all of our humanity.
Stop!
Look at this officer's days. I mean, he's frozen. He doesn't know what to do. He is distraught, trying to process what he just did. I mean, this officer he's going through a lot of emotions right now. This is the most realest thing that you can get anytime you see some of these videos, as what it's like to be a police officer, and the most realest you can get to see their human side. A lot of times people think that officers just pull the trigger and they just don't care. They don't care about life, and that's all they want to do is just go out there and try to kill somebody. That's not true. And if it is true, it's only for a very, very small percent of officers that do this job that should have never possessed the badge or the gun in the first place. And I'm not here to make excuses for officers or anything like that, but I've seen so many officers struggle with having to utilize deadly force. It is not a good thing. It's not a pretty sight. And on top of that, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that the #1 killer for law enforcement officers is suicide. And it's because they are trying to process all of these real and raw emotions.
White folks get us because we get stuck on symbolism, right? They give us a law, a George Floyd law, but we won't never read the law. So before that ever happened to me, nigga, we was clapping for the Sandra Bland Act. Oh, that's great, they gave us a Sandra Bland Act. Well, nigga, what the Sandra Bland Act really does, it strips the natural citizen away from his due process. Nigga, you don't never see a judge. How can they incarcerate you, nigga? You never see a judge.
What's the last law you done read? First of all, because ain't nobody around me ever been in there for me to go down in a march about no law.
But they pass the laws every year, though. Every state passes laws every year.
If somebody around me died from the motherfucking po-po,
this nigga on TV just talking. He ain't no frontline soldier.
You ain't from Atlanta. You
He ain't no grassroots soldier.
I be in Texas all the time.
They gonna do you like they done Nick Cannon. They gonna do you like they done Nick Cannon. Come on, television for a while.
You're crazy. They ain't done it.
Shit, because you ain't saying.
And I stood up for my partner.
You ain't saying.
You would've took the money.
Say the wrong thing.
I fuck with white people, but you think I'm scared of them?
Yeah, you
crazy as hell.
You got that.
I got the heart of Moses.
Shit, nigga.
You understand?
Hey, say he ain't at no city council meeting.
Crazy.
He ain't organizing no stop the violence.
I know some that's in there.
Ain't that what I know is what you're doing.
I am.
Yeah. You one of them I know somebody did. You ain't doing though.
But you in there. You one of them that's in there like fuck nigga.
I'm 10 years. I'm 10 years before I said fuck nigga. So you can't take that away from me.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. We respected 10 years on the bullshit.
I don't respect them 10 years. Why? I think I was dumb and stupid like Dr. King did. Dumb, stupid ass nigga.
So you don't think Dr. King did that?
And I was broke doing it too. Now
you don't think Dr. King did that?
Dumb and stupid.
You crazy as hell.